guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Steph, and today we are setting up my November pages in my bullet journal. But first, we're going to go ahead and do the flip through for October. I really enjoyed this Hocus Pocus theme. You can watch the setup video for that on my channel. I am just really enjoying this theme. I love how book is turning out. I have been a bit more stressed than I would like to admit. A lot of things going on. My fall bucket list has not made too much progress, but a lot of that stuff can be done in the week before Halloween. My weekly spreads are going really well. I like having all this space to do key tasks for the day, plus a running weekly task list, plus having my routine and my meal plan and a shopping list and all this space for decoration plus notes. It's just, I love having all the space. But yeah, so moving on to the November spreads, my theme this month is going to be Burberry plaid with pumpkins and fall leaves, and I am super excited to show you guys how this turned out. This is the pen case that came with the Archer and Olive subscription box for September. I am loving that I can keep all of my theme colors in one little section. These are the pens I'm using for November, or the ones I intended to use. Archer and Olive sent me those, that yellow and that orange, with my 2022 bullet journals that I ordered, which was super nice of them. I tried to use them, but the orange was just not the pumpkin-y orange I was going for. It's definitely more of a yellow-orange color. So I just used the colors from last month. For Winifred's hair, the red, the orange, Sarah's yellow, the brown, things like that. So, Burberry plaid, very specific plaid pattern. I believe it was Bright Violet Arts did a YouTube video where they showed 5 different kinds of plaid you can set up. So I was totally inspired by her showing the Burberry plaid and decided that that was going to be my theme, along with the fall leaves and pumpkins that I was going to do initially anyway. I filled the whole page in with the beige color, and I set it up on an 8x8 grid, meaning that I counted 8 squares, and then I did 3 lines of black, and then I counted 8 squares and did 3 lines of black, both vertical and horizontal, and then I went right through the middle of those spaces with red. Pro tip, do not do what I did. Also apologize about my face. It's in here a bunch. You see my hair, you see my glasses. I was being very, very specific. So, after I laid out the 8x8 with the 3 black lines and then went in and did the red over that, I realized, oh no, the black is bleeding because you're reactivating the black pen with the red pen, and goodness. Just don't learn from my mistakes and do the red first. If you're going to do the Burberry or the lightest color first and go over it with the darkest color. Common sense. I don't know why it didn't occur to me. I dealt with it. You'll see how I dealt with it in the video. want to call out for any of my continuity people that you will see that because this video took place over several days actually, that sometimes I'm wearing a ring, sometimes I'm not. Sorry if that bugs you entirely, but my hand was cramping so badly, and this cover page alone, even with skipping the full block coloring in and skipping the full block of all the black measured lines and all the red lines and everything else that I don't show you me completing, I still had an hour and a half of footage just for this cover page. So this theme took me a very long time. If you are intending to use this theme in any way and you want it to be as precise as I wanted this to be, then I fully recommend that you film, or just do, if you don't do YouTube videos, one page at a time, and then take a break until the next day, if possible. Or maybe you have super strong hands that can handle it. Mine could not, and therefore I had to do this over 3 separate days. Yes, here you can see where the red was turning black in some places and was making me crazy, and you already saw my solution for that was scribbling on another piece of paper until the black ran out. It also got all over my fingertips. I had a lot of fun making these spreads. I loved seeing them come together, absolutely. But yes, it took a very, very long time. So yeah, in order to achieve the actual Burberry look, this looks great, but in order to get the actual Burberry look with the two-tone, Burberry has white in between the black lines. My brain couldn't wrap around doing that, so what I did, my solution for that, was that I was going to do a second layer of the beige in all of these boxes between the black lines, and that gives the sections inside of the black lines a lighter white-ish look, and that's how I achieved the actual Burberry look that you see at the end of the video and probably in the thumbnail. All finished. For the headers of all the pages, I basically just went in with this lighter green and wrote in basic lettering. I'm not a hand letterer, as I've said before. Basic cursive lettering the month of November, and then I just went in and filled in part of it with the darker green to give it an ombre effect, and then cut it out with scissors and glued it in. The mini calendar. Here you see me trying the Archer and Olive acrylograph pens they sent me and was just not happy with how that looked. So I just went in with the orange from Winnie's Hair, like I said, and made these pumpkins. Didn't like the color block style for it, and so I decided to outline it in black and give it more of a doodle sticker vibe, since that's basically how I'm intending to use it. DIY stickers a la me. So that's what I did. At first I was just going to use the pumpkins, and then the page felt really empty with just pumpkins, so I do add some fall leaves, and for those I used the same colors I used last month for Winnie's Hair and for Sarah's hair. The yellow, the brown from Sarah, the red, the orange from Winnie. This is the red I was using in the Burberry plaid. It's a brighter, more tropical red. I believe it's from the Tropical palette. Didn't like that either. Hence, I use Winnie's red highlight red for the month. It just felt empty with just the pumpkins, right? Like, I don't think that the pumpkins were enough. So I moved them, which is great about this DIY sticker situation, and using the Tombow mono adhesive roll-on, I was able to peel them up because they're not super stuck on for a while. I was able to peel them up and move them around, as you see here, and then I end up moving them again on my own. But here are the leaf doodles that I did, just basic fall leaves in basic fall leaf colors. sprinkling of leaves all over the page, it just gives me very cozy, warm fall vibes, with the Burberry plaid making me think of like jackets and scarves, and then having the fall leaves make me think of like cool, crisp walks and things like that. So it's very much what I was going for November. And this would work with any plaid in the background, any doodle you want. Cutting them out like this and having that little bit of white outline just makes it feel very scrapbooky and cozy and welcoming, and definitely love that, even though I've never really been a scrapbooker at all. And the quote I went for November is, "I can smell autumn dancing in the breeze, the sweet chill of pumpkin and crisp sunburnt leaves." Just, again, all the fall vibes. I don't show myself making that. I just wrote the words out, cut them out, and glued them in, kind of, again, going with the scrapbooking magazine word gluing situation that some people have done. And I just am really happy with how it turned out. I love looking at it. I can't wait to use it. I say this every month, but it's top 3 ever that I've done. Either that or I'm just enjoying my themes more and more as I get more involved in the creative process. Anyway, moving on to the calendar spread. My calendar itself is always the same. It's 6 boxes tall, 5 boxes wide, starting on Monday. That's about it. But for this month, the calendar spread is special because I drew out these boxes for the events and the goals, because I am going to again put the entire page in Burberry plaid, and these boxes are the only bits that will be not Burberry. I will use the green for the accents, and I will have some more of the leaf stickers, which are slightly larger than on the cover page, and more pumpkins. So yeah, that's basically it. Here you can see I learned my lesson the first time, somewhat, and I'm doing the red lines first. The problem I had on this spread is that I outlined the border of the page in the Tombow black as well, so even just having that line at the top was a problem, and it was starting to bleed. Final solution was to outline the border with my InkJoy, which is not activated by the red Tombow, and then after I have done the entire Burberry spread, to go back when I needed to and use the black Tombow to thicken up the borders. Again, learn from my mistakes. Don't use black Tombow, and then use any other color unless you want that color to bleed into the black, or the black to bleed into the color rather, which makes way more sense. also forgot to mention that for the title fonts, with the ombre and the two greens, I didn't like how unfinished they looked, so I did go in with an ultra fine, I think I used the PigmaMicron, the .005, the PrismaColor .005, and outlined it very carefully in black, and then used my white Sakura gel pen to add like a bubbly highlight effect, and that to me made it just look more finished and polished, and that's what I did for the font. Anywhere where I wasn't able to outline exactly or there was gaps, I would just go in and touch up with whatever green that part of the word was needing, and it would thicken it up to make it look more filled in. Leaves glued in, and that will basically complete the calendar page. Normally calendar pages are my favorite, however I do believe the cover page for November is my favorite this time. I just love the whole look. The fact that these DIY stickers is what I'm calling them, because that's essentially what they are. The fact that you can do these in any shapes means that you can really do any kind of plaid you want, or any kind of full page pattern background that you want, and still create whatever doodles you want, because you can do the whole pattern and then just glue the doodles in over, or use stickers or what have you. But I've never really used stickers in my bullet journal. I barely use washi tape for like the tabs and stuff, so I just made my own stickers because I felt like I needed to. For my habit and mood tracker this month, I'm doing something different. I saw on Pinterest somewhere, I can't even remember where, I was just scrolling, where somebody had kind of a vertical habit tracker, mood tracker, where the mood tracker was on the top and the habits were all on the bottom. I reversed that because I wanted the weight of the plaid to be on the top, and I wanted the bottom to be like the blank dot grid. So for my mood tracker, I am doing just these little pumpkin doodles, and for the habit tracker, at the top, I drew in my mini calendars on a pretty precise spread, like they're 4 boxes apart each, and they're on the same, I don't know, x-axis. They line up left to right, and then they're exactly spaced evenly, because again I wanted it to go with the perfect even plaid look. Forgot to zoom my camera out because I was just doing my thing, but here you'll see me go ahead and put all that on there. And then I've noticed in October that I've had a lot more stress for a lot of different reasons, and that was affecting my mood tracker, because I was basically saying I was stressed out a lot, whereas I really wanted to separate like what's causing the stress and do a little bit of exploration there. So this tracker here, I have the habit tracker up top, the mood tracker on the left with the pumpkins for my general mood, and then I have this tracker here where I can basically do a half a line a day. If I'm stressed out that day, I will write down what it was that day that was causing it, how I noticed it, you know, something about it, so I can kind of try to process it. And I just decided to call it "What's the Problem?" because what is doing this to me at this moment, so I can deal with it. Essentially. So yeah, it's a third monthly tracker. And at this point on day 2 of recording, my hand was done. I was shaking violently trying to do this outline here, and so many mistakes were made that I had to stop and walk away and not do the brain dump and gratitude log that you're going to see next. Those did not happen, but they happened on the third day of filming. So again, if you're looking to do a Burberry or a plaid theme in general, give yourself a lot of time to do it ahead of time or to do it in phases. I wouldn't do it last minute. That's just, I mean, maybe your hands are stronger than mine. I couldn't take it. I was way too shaky at this point. I was probably 3 straight solid hours of filming between the calendar and the habit tracker, and I was just done. So on day 3, I just counted 3 boxes in diagonally from each corner and then made mini boxes for the brain dump and the gratitude log, which I'm going to be using for November, because, you know, November, gratefulness, thankfulness, it's the whole thing. Everybody does it. And then I put the Burberry in the borders. I love how this spread turned out too. It just looks very balanced and very, I don't know, it looks like a printable, and that's kind of always satisfying, right? It's always satisfying to see that. But I cut out another page from the back of my journal and I wrote brain dump and gratitude in the green, so you guys can kind of see the process for how I cut them out with regular scissors and then glue them in, and that'll basically be the end. Again, I appreciate you guys. I apologize for how late this video is coming out. I try to have my stuff up between the 15th and the 18th. It is the 23rd as I'm recording this voiceover and hoping to get this posted tonight. It's like 8 p.m. Eastern time, so last minute, I apologize for any of the craziness that this video is, and my ums and all of that. I am rushing to get this out to you so that you'll have time to incorporate any elements of this that you want to into your own theme for November. Speaking of, question for you guys, what theme are you going with for November? How do you incorporate additional trackers when you decide you need to? And do you also slowly but surely create your spreads, or are you somebody who can sit down and do the entire setup in one sitting? Because that is goals for me, and I tip my hat to you guys because I can never seem to do the whole thing at one time, and it's always kind of a mess trying to piece together all of my filming for these videos. So yeah, let me know in the comments how insane your life is and how much you have to deal with the things that I have to deal with. Make me feel not so alone, please. Final flip through. I appreciate you guys being here. I love this theme. I am feeling warm and cozy already. I can't wait to jump in. I appreciate you guys being here and watching this video with me. If you haven't already, please like this video. If you haven't already, please subscribe to see future videos and enable the notifications so you'll know when those go out, hopefully on time next time. But yeah, until next time, I hope you have a great day. I hope you guys are having a great October, and I will see you next time.